forward with the application for 1076 Glen Edith Drive. We'll read that into the record.
1076 Glen Edith Drive residence, located at 1076 Glen Edith Drive, applicant Blue Bay LLC is requesting area variances to allow the following. A, building height of 38 feet or a maximum of 30 feet is permitted. B, lot coverage of 48.3% or a maximum of 33% is permitted. C, a 19-foot setback from high water's edge or a minimum of 25 feet is required. Associated with the construction of an 11,278 square foot single-family residence on a 1.15 acre parcel having SBL number 078.18-1-55.21, located in a WD waterfront development district under sections 225-10 and 225-22 of the Code of the Town of Webster.
Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Chad Flansburgh, and I represent Bay Blue LLC and its principal, James V. Leonardo. We're here today to request reapproval of the area variances that were granted on October 8th, 2019 for the construction of the proposed home on Lot R3 of the Bay Blue subdivision. This project was delayed because of COVID. As I previously said, the 3 variances that were previously granted are being reapplied for. Importantly, there are no changes to the proposed plans or the variances previously granted. The request is the 3 variances that were just recited. And the previous history of this application, if I could just briefly explain it, was that in September 2019, there were 4 area variances applied for. In September, there was a ZBA hearing. At that time, comments were made, was adjourned. In October 2019, October 8, 2019, we came back that those variances were changed to the 3 that are being reapplied for today. 1 was eliminated, and the setback for the pool was reduced. The board had a vigorous review process in both hearings. It conducted an analysis and, based on the legal standards, approved the 3 area variances. As part of the development of the Bay Blue subdivision, there has been substantial improvements that have benefited the town. One of those is the pump station that was constructed. That pump station benefits not only the Bay Blue subdivision, but Sunset Trail, the subdivision adjacent to it, along with, I believe, other homes and subdivisions. As part of these approvals, like last time, we understand that it's going to be a condition that this pump station be dedicated to the town, pursuant to the letter that was sent to the town on December 20th, 2019. We intend to do so. We have been working with Josh and Mr. Genesee to come up with a framework to dedicate the pump station. We have come to a dedication agreement. We're in the process of working to subdivide some property where the pump station sits, that can all be accomplished. But we have been working hand in hand with the town as part of dedicating the pump station, which we understand is important to the town, and we are working to do that. In addition, there has been storm drainage improvements as part of this development that has also benefited Sunset Trail. We're also in the process of revising a turnaround snowplow area. The town has commented that the existing turnaround is not sufficient, so we are working with Costitch to do some modeling, and Pat from the sewer department, or excuse me, the public works department, to accomplish that. And finally, as part of the construction, there was a public parking lot that was built down there to service the existing houses. Because this is a reapproval with no changes, we'd ask that the approval be granted.
Are there any hurdles with the agreement development? At this point, the conversation?
No,
See any
not at
hurdles
this
with-
point, we're working at it, we've been working at it, Mr. Lansford and myself, Barb has.
Why did it delay? You know, it was outstanding issue before I retired.
It's been in the works for probably 6 years.
I know. Just delay on our part?
Not as far as I'm concerned, no.
I am working, and we've had some planning meetings with the town. I've submitted an agreement for the town so where we can escrow everything. We have a written agreement that'll control the situation. Right now, the pump station is online. The town does operate it. And right now, we are working with Costage to do the surveying, to subdivide that lot so it can be dedicated. We do have an agreement, a definitive written agreement with the town. There may be some small comments to it, but we have a solid framework to accomplish the dedication of the pump station, along with the other miscellaneous items that the town wants as part of this subdivision. So we do understand that the town wants to drive this to conclusion. Bay Blue as well wants to drive this to conclusion. And, I'm here, and if you have any questions about what's in the agreement, I can discuss it. But I can tell you we're working in good faith to accomplish the dedication of the pump station. We've worked with the sewer department on getting them deliverables and what they needed as part of the dedication process. We've underwent a pretty thorough examination of documents to get them what they need.
The way the condition was written in the meeting that's from February 2019 is that there would be no issuance of a building permit until this agreement was.
And that's exactly what the current agreement provides for, that there will be no building permit. The building permit has been submitted to the town, it's under review, and we understand that both the building permit and any dock permit will not be issued until the pump station is dedicated. We certainly believe that it's 100% appropriate, and we're working to be in a position, so simultaneously, be in a position to dedicate that pump station as soon as possible. And we think right about the time that the town completes their review of the building permit application.
Could you expand upon the delay related to COVID? Was that financial? Was it lack of workforce?
It was a little bit of everything. The house is a very unique house that the architects and engineers and all who were working on it had setbacks. There was a lot of planning involved, and everything just got pushed, and unfortunately the deadlines were missed, and it wasn't a lot of COVID. Everybody is working diligently to accomplish the building, and currently, as I said, the building permit has been submitted, so there should be no further delays, and the hope is to start construction this year.
So I think what you're saying is lack of availability of the support functions that we're going to construct this? Engineers?
Yes, the architects, the engineers, the actual, all the planning people, the design people, unfortunately became a
This meeting is open to anyone wishing to speak for or against this application. Seeing no one, will return the discussion back to the board. Pursuant to NYCR Section 617 of the Environmental Code, I'll make a motion for type 2 seeker.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll respond to Mr. House's question, because I agree it's been very frustrating. I've been dealing with it for quite some time personally, and
You know, it's been a shot.
we've had a couple of administrations deal with it. We've gone through two public works commissioners and now Mr. Tuzo. But I do believe that we are finally, I guess, at the end of the tunnel now. So hopefully we will see then the issues that we had with the pump station being transferred over, the ownership of the pump station, and the easements that are being requested by sewer and the highway department.
It sounds like they're subdividing the parcel around the pump station. Am I correct, or?
That is the plan, yes. But there is currently an easement there for access,
Right.
and that will also be accomplished with the subdivision of the lot.
The request, Mr. Hauser, from the sewer department was that we have a 5-foot strip around the pump station, not only the pump station itself, but a 5-foot strip around the entire pump station for access to.
Yes.
The easement doesn't accomplish that?
No, the easement itself doesn't, it just goes to the pump station. We need access around the pump station as well, which we don't have.
It sounds like there's a subdivided pump station.
But that's, effectively, that's what's going to, they're going to ask for that, yes.
Ms. Gold? Comments or questions?
No, we beat this one to death in 2019 when the applicants had conformed or amended their plan to make it less impactful and to have less variances. I understand that challenges due to the pandemic, since there was a shutdown, most businesses that were not considered essential, the plan was not changed.
My assumption is that some of these building materials are probably not readily available. Correct.
I believe that would be a fair assumption. And I can represent, based on meetings I personally attended, that, again, they're driving to get construction started, foundation in by the end of the year. We anticipate no further delays. We are working as diligent as we can. We're driving the engineers and the planners so that whatever the town needs to get approval of the building plans, that it be done so construction can immediately start. We don't want any delays. We want to close out this construction. We want to dedicate the pump station.
Assuming we move forward with a vote on this, the conditions, if we were to adopt the meeting minutes from October 8, 2019, does the condition around the pump station and all easements required by the town prior to issuance of the building permit, is that language still correct, or does that need to be modified?
I'd like to establish a new time period of 6 months.
Well, if I could, let me know when discussion is done so I can comment on that.
I guess my question, what's the difference between 6 months and they will not get a building permit? Will they be able to get the building permit if this is not possible?
If there's a issue as far as building permits, they didn't have, they will have the incentive to resolve the easement issues in the pump station issue with the town of Webster.
Why not? We could modify it so that's whichever comes first. 6 months for seeking building permit.
I'll leave it.
Want to, I mean, and this is something obviously that we want to get accomplished.
Certainly.
can I turn to comment?
Yes.
We have had conversations with Josh and the town attorney. The dedication agreement that's been crafted provides that we will provide the town in escrow all the documents needed to dedicate this pump station. Those documents will be held by the town attorney. As soon as the building permit is issued, along with the dock permit interval, then those dedication documents can be released. So the idea is that we are going to, or the town is going to have everything in hand, so that as soon as the application is granted, then the pump station is dedicated. I think that that agreement seems to be, no disrespect, but a framework that we have hopefully crafted that would carry the day to give the town assurance that that this is going to be dedicated.
That's just contrary to what you initially started the presentation with. We've been at issue with the building permit until the pump station was dedicated. Now you're saying the permit has to be issued prior to you providing the town.
Well, I guess it's going to be done simultaneously. So the town has all the dedication documents in hand, and then the building permit is issued and released, then everything gets dedicated. So it's sort of done simultaneously, as if it was a close. And we have an agreement that is being crafted with the town attorney that provides this framework. And I think it's, the benefit of it is I think it really drives performance. And it's something we've discussed with the town workshop, and I believe they support it.
I'll defer to Mr. Janowski on this one. Once again, I think to streamline this, we'd probably like to adopt all of these meeting minutes because this conversation was lengthy over the course of 2 months. Don't want to regurgitate all that information, but I want to make sure that the conditions are reflective of the agreement, the arrangements of today, not 20 minutes. So if you're comfortable with the language, I defer to you.
No.
The way it is now.
Yes.
And then my only question is if we give a time limit of 6 months, what if the town is the reason for the delay in that review? And I don't know how far along you guys are with that communication, but
I guess the application is this is sort of unusual. I guess the applicant, you have to, it's not done within 6 months, and if that's a time limit condition, I guess the applicant would have to come back.
is there a benefit to limiting it during the traditional 1 year?
Yes, virus dedication of the pump station, which
Well, but it's already, it's already in operation. I'm just looking at it. I'm going to hold up not.
I know a little bit
You know what I
about
mean?
the history, which
Okay.
I don't really don't want to
Okay.
put out there. I just like to have a dedicated, firmly dedicated to the town. I'd like to, this is the only opportunity I think that we have to do, be able to accomplish it. It's been 6 years.
I think there's a great interest in getting this done.
Oh, I think. It's always.
And we're closer now, for whatever it's worth,
My
we're closer
experience
now
is-
than we've been.
My experience is always.
Find I can hear.
Yeah. I think, again, I will rely on, on the goodwill of Flansburgh and the engineers and the people working on this project. be honest, the town here sort of holds the cards, so.
No, I understand, so, Kevin's concern, not that it's not a concern, but it's, I'm with you moving forward.
Okay.
So are we fine with the language as it stands from October?
Yes.
So I'm going to proceed with making a motion to grant an area variance at 1076 Glen Edith Drive by the applicant Bay Blue LLC, which is basically an extension of a previously granted area variance dated October 8, 2019, for a building height of a structure where 30 feet is permitted, and the request is and was previously granted at 38 feet. Lot coverage of 48.3% or maximum of 33% is permitted. A 19-foot setback from the high water's edge where a minimum of 25 feet is required. Associated with construction of an 11,278 square foot single-family residence on a 1.15 acre parcel having SBL number 078.18-1-55.21, located in a WD waterfront development district under sections 225.10 and 225-22 of the Code of the Town of Webster. With the conditions and the discussion for the meeting to be adopted in this variance for October 8, 2019, Webster Zoning Board of Appeals meeting minutes, and the conditions stated there.
Did you want to mention 6 months instead of 1 year?
That was
Okay. Second.
Mr. Newton,
Aye.
Mrs. Bolo,
Aye.
Mr. Hauser.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you very much for,
I will not, I'm not going to repeat all of the conditions, but obviously, when you're making construction, I'll hit the two highlighted ones, and all necessary governmental improvements are set to expire 1 year from this evening.
understood.
Okay. Plus the addition of the special conditions that were previously noted in the October 8, 2019.
Understood. Thank you.
Thanks.